Want to see how that works? What we are doing, I'm going to explain completely in this video. We're taking bar chords and what I call V chords, and we're combining them into an exercise that's going to make your fingers be able to learn what the next logical chord is in the sequence. Not necessarily the next chord in the sequence, because composers do tricky things, and if you're a good composer you'll do tricky things, but the logical sequence takes us from a G 7th. What does it take us to from a G 7th? Correct, a C chord. And we've got C down here. That's probably one of the first chords you ever learned on your uke. We've also got a C up here. I like this C up here because we've got the G string there just empty and filling it in, so we can just do that V chord nicely there. And there's the G, there's the C. You probably learned the G as the V chord down there, right? But if we go there, we've got the C chord. We can play Walk on the Wild Side. We can play that there by sliding up and down with the G to the C. We've also got the G there, which is the bar G, and the C there. And we can play Walk on the Wild Side backwards. So every chord can do a V and it can do a bar, okay? But when we're doing V chords, we will need to make sure we don't touch this G string down here, because the V chord only uses these 3 strings. Okay, so we're going to do all of the chords actually just with these 3 strings. Why? Because we're going to do this as fast as I did it at the beginning. Now we're going to go from the G, and I'm going to show you how the circle of fifths, if you like to call it that, works. So we've got G, G7. See where the bar is? There's our C chord in a V shape. Now to make that V into a 7th chord, just turn the V upside down, and we've got a C7th. Take those notes you're holding down and go round them with a bar chord, and there's your F. There's your next chord, the F. Right? How easy was that? F7. What comes after that? B flat, B flat 7, E flat into the hole there between those two, E flat 7, A flat 7, D flat 7, and that brings us up to G flat, or F sharp if you prefer. Might make it easier for you to visualise what the next chord is going to be after G flat. G flat 7, yeah, because you'd think it's C flat if it's G flat. But C flat doesn't exist, does it? Well, it kind of can sometimes, but we call it B. B7, and now we're on E, E7, and these are easy ones, aren't they? A, A7, D, D7, and then G. We can go back up to the G here and start again, and then we can start speeding it up. And we can go all the way around. I think I got that wrong actually then, didn't I? I should have gone there, yeah. You can go to that chord and then go up, but it's rather satisfying to just get it right. You hear that? So there's our 7th chord. Bub, ba, 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 bub. Yeah, and they all do that. Bub, ba, 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 bub. Bub, bub. And then so you can do all basically doing that, right? If you want to look at it that way. So we'll start with the G again. We can do this. Okay, have a little play with that, and what you will begin to do is you'll just teach your hands to know, and it will save your brain a bit of processing when you're playing songs, and you'll be able to start doing that without thinking about it. The other thing that you'll learn to do is to miss out this G string when you're strumming when you do that. You know, just, you don't need to be plucking. Sometimes you're strumming, but even when I'm playing that C chord, I pretty much miss this string out. It's just my brain has now learned that when I'm playing a V chord, I strum a little bit later on the strings. So say I'm down here, E flat 7, right? And I'm going to an A flat, right? Because we wouldn't want to be playing that. We wouldn't want to get that, hit that. So I didn't hit it, you see? Yeah? So with E flat, doesn't want to sound like that. See? So we're trying not to hit that string when we're getting onto the V chord. And that's a bit tidier, isn't it? So we're going G. So that's another exercise you can do. Is you can try to strum your way down them, and when you're doing the bar chords, try and strum them all. But when you're doing the V chords, try and strum just those 3. Okay? And that is quite a challenge, but it's worth it, because you're going to become so accurate in the end that you'll do it without even thinking about it. So I hope that has helped, just as an exercise for the structure of the sevenths, the circle of sevenths, if you like, I think, rather than the circle of fifths. I'd rather call it the circle of sevenths, because as soon as you make a seventh with a chord, it's quite likely you're going to go to that one. Okay, so let me know how you get on with that, and let me know what you think of that as an exercise to help play the uke.